a specific and particular experience which is of the utmost fascination. It's the kind of experience which I suppose we would ordinarily call mystical or spiritual, and which, while it lasts, carries the most powerful sensation of understanding with complete clarity and certainty what is the mystery and meaning of the world. This occurs sufficiently often to have been made a subject of experimentation. Perhaps you know the story of the investigator who doses an anesthetic for this purpose and equipped himself with pencil and paper to record at the moment of awakening whatever revelation had been given to him. Fortunately, the expected experience took place, and for a brief period the investigator had the vivid conviction of complete comprehension of this universe of life and death. He regained waking consciousness. With the tail end of the sensation still upon him, grabbed the pencil and swiftly recorded the essential content of the experience just before it faded. After several minutes, during which his mind returned to its normal state, he looked at what he had written. And there upon the paper was the following immensely profound observation. Everything in this universe is the smell of burnt almonds. I suppose that all sensible and hard-headed people would agree that this is just the sort of inanity to which all these mystical revelations ultimately boil down. In the clear, cold light of rational consciousness, seemingly inspired and utter convincing knowledge of dreams, of drug delusions, and the mystical experiences comes down to just the sort of idiotic anticlimax. Asked in the poetic or exotic obscurantism of such phrases as all is Brahman or the divine unity beneath the multiplicity of the world, it may sound for a moment as if it meant something. But the essential nonsense of these feelings and the purely subjective character of the sense of insight which they involve at once becomes obvious when Brahman, the divine unity, is replaced by the smell of burnt almonds. We might settle for this conclusion if some of us had not had the same sensation, not under drugs or hypnosis, but when very wide awake. And I, for one, will not quarrel with the smell of burnt almonds as the key to the mystery. I like it much better and feel it makes much more sense than Brahman or the divine unity. For its very banality, its very consequential silliness, brings out the real significance of the experience in question. For the importance of the mystical revelation does not lie in the precise nature of what everything in this universe is. It can be God or Brahman or burnt almonds or applesauce or anything you like. Its importance lies rather in the simple sensation of wholeness, in the part of the sentence which runs, everything in this universe is, no matter what. For the conviction which has come to the experiencer is that his habitual sensation of isolation from his environment, from the rest of the world, is an illusion, and that as a corollary, his own deeds and misdeeds, fortunes and misfortunes, are the same process as the changing seasons and the circling stars. And unreasonable as it may seem, this gives him the sensation that his whole life, past, present, and future, is somehow perfectly natural and in order, and that he himself is not just the mind enclosed in the skull, but the total process of the world. The significance of this experience does not, I think, lie in any consequences or conclusions which might be drawn from it. It is not an important experience in the sense that it is useful for some other purpose. It's simply like playing or listening to music, which is obviously phony in the very moment that we do it for some ulterior motive, such as to appear cultured or to convey an ideological message. Its significance for human beings is not like that of, say, the second law of thermodynamics, but like that of the Mozart sonatas or the arabesques on a Persian rug. The significance of useful knowledge, like the second law of thermodynamics, is precisely that by applying it, human beings may be enabled to go on experiencing such things as music or love or mystical insight. But what could I say to the woman who, under anesthetic, had once had this experience and wanted it again more than anything else in the world? Go and have another operation? Get yourself some ether, or mescaline, or lysergic acid, or take up yoga, or get thee to a nunnery? There are still other, and much too pat, answers to this question, as that she is failing to revive the experience by the very act of seeking for it. As well tell a starving man that his very hunger is what prevents him from finding food. For once a person has had an experience of this kind, he is gone. It's easier to get rid of an addiction to heroin, or to choose something more natural, to get rid of the love of the opposite sex. No, I could better say something like this. The answer is in the very experience which you have had. Didn't you know then, for certain, with utter clarity?
The alternative being that it is a reflection of the new preferred you will most obviously seem more attractive. Therefore, it will be most effortless to do the new thing rather than the old. And if you would simply give yourself the advantage or the opportunity to see what that would be, there will not be much difficulty in choosing the action that is truly reflective of the you you prefer to be. Does that make sense? Therefore, your imagination in your society very often, again, is referred to as an escape, a fantasy, generating elements, a projection of worst-case scenarios. But even utilizing the projection of worst-case scenarios, you can understand how powerful a tool it is. So when you do that, when you imagine something that you feel will happen that will be quite bad, which incidentally, interestingly enough, never really seems to happen, but you actually feel your emotions build around as though you were in that situation. You get angry, you get indignant, you get mad, you get irritable. That is how strong your imagination is. That is the negative usage of the tool that we are now suggesting and be used in a positive. It is just as simple to drum up the positive emotions and then feel good about how you would act were you acting according to that. So, utilizing again the negative example simply shows you that you are most expert already at using it. Simply individuals very often will never even be aware of the fact that it is a tool, and it is a very final home doing your vibration. Your imagination individually is and will serve you in this way both. And in fact, then you can say that anything, any process that you are undergoing in your life, your imagination will provide any particular nuances that will cater it to you. So therefore, if you are meditating or doing, shall we say, something that excites you, and your imagination comes up with a particular idea, understand that it is a tool, and that is specific for you, and that if you trust it, you will get a positive result, if you will. Therefore, you can always use all your creation, no matter what. The very worst that you feel is within your reality can be utilized in a positive way. And most often, the things that you label as the worst, when transformed, yield the best result. Your liability become your greatest asset. And you no longer feel the need to strip yourself up and simply allow yourself in a positive, synergistic, growing, enhancing way to begin to take back your power, to create your reality in a conscious way according to preparation, with integrity. For again, the reality is within you. Nothing is separate from you. And your willingness to view all things, all events, all individuals as part of you in some way, significant to you, part of the creation of your reality, is the understanding of your integration with all things. When we speak of acting with integrity, this is what we do. Acting as though you are integrated with all things. Allow us again, before we begin with the exchange, the interaction, to briefly note that one of the ways that your higher self, so to speak, allows your physical self to be aware of what will benefit you most in a given situation, translates as a particular emotional vibration that you call excitement. Anything that moves you, anything that gives you joy, anything that brings your passion and excites you in that way, is a reflection from your higher self that this is me. If you are willing to begin to get in touch with what excites you with integrity, again, an extension of your understanding of integration, you will begin to steer your life where you need to be. For the things that excite you do not do so to tease you. They do not do so to go, as you sometimes say, nah, or dangle the carrot in front. They are the vibratory representation of what you chose to be in this life. Very often individuals will say, give me a sign. I wish I had a sign. Excitement is that sign. That is your specific gauge. That is your indication. This is me. That is why it excites you, and not perhaps someone else. For it is your gauge. And again, when acting upon any opportunity within that excitement, utilizing the knowledge of integration within your intention, you will always find a positive result. You will always find that thing to be most effortless. You will always find, though perhaps not always in the way that you expect, another opportunity arising from your willingness to act on what is a representation of who you are. And you can begin a chain of events whereby one exciting thing gives an opportunity to do the next exciting thing. And as you are doing these things, because you are acting within your integrity, the alternative being that it is a reflection of the new preferred you will most obviously seem more attractive. Therefore, it will be most effortless to do the new thing rather than the old. And if you will simply give yourself the advantage or the opportunity to see what that would be, there will not be much difficulty in choosing the action that is truly reflective of the you you prefer to do. Does that make sense? Therefore, your imagination within your society very often, again, is referred to as an escape, a fantasy, generating element, a projection of worst-case scenarios. But even utilizing the projection of worst-case scenarios, you should understand how powerful a tool it is. So when you do that, when you imagine something that you feel will happen that will be quite bad, which incidentally, interestingly enough, never really seems to happen, but you actually feel your emotions building up as though you were in that situation. You get angry, you get indignant, you get mad, you get fearful. That is how strong your imagination is. That is the negative usage of the tool that we are now suggesting can be used in a positive. It is just as simple to drum up the positive emotions and then feel good about how you would act were you acting according to that. So, utilizing again the negative example simply shows you that you are most excellent already at using it. Simply individuals very often will never even be aware of the fact that it is the truth, and it is a very final home doing your vibration. Your imagination individually is to you, and will serve you in this way to both. And in fact, you can say that anything, any process that you are undergoing in your life, your imagination will provide any particular nuances that will cater it to you. So therefore, if you are meditating or doing, shall we say, something that excites you, and your imagination comes up with a particular idea, understand that it is a tool, and that is specific for you, and that if you trust it, you will get a positive result, if you will. Therefore, you can always use all your creation, no matter what. The very worst that you feel is within your reality can be utilized in a positive way. And most often, the things that you label as the worst, when transformed, yield the best results. Your liabilities become your greatest asset. And you no longer feel the need to strip yourself up and simply allow yourself in a positive, synergistic, growing, enhancing way to begin to take back your power, to create your reality in a conscious way according to separation, with integrity. For again, the reality is within you. Nothing is separate from you. And your willingness to view all things, all events, all individuals as part of you in some way, significant to you, part of the creation of your reality, is the understanding of your integration with all things. When we speak, no matter what, the very worst that you feel is within your reality can be utilized in a positive way. And most often, the things that you label as the worst, the alternative being that it is a reflection of the new preferred you, will most obviously, when transformed, yield the best results. You're literally more attractive. Therefore, it will be most effortless to do the new. Your liabilities become your greatest asset. And you no longer feel the need. You are being of service to yourself in a positive way. Again, understanding that everybody else is a strip your extension rather than the other. And if you will simply give yourself the advantage or the